So recently I've been replaying Pokemon Heart Gold like never before. I've been enjoying its post-game, post-canto. What does that mean? Well, after clearing the 16 badges and silver inherent in the game, there is a battle frontier for you to enter your best Pokemon into for competitive play against the AI. And I'm getting destroyed. But it's still a good time. So I'm going to tell you about my journey through Pokemon Heart Gold's Battle Frontier and where I'm at today. Subscribe if you're new, and welcome back if you're not. Let's get into it. I started with the Battle Tower, and I have gotten back to the Battle Tower Tycoon Palmer. This kid's a prick. Oh my gosh. At 21 consecutive wins, you fight Tower Tycoon Palmer, and he's got a team of 3 that can be assorted in any which way. The team consists of Dragonite, Rhyperior, and Milotic. You don't know which he's going to lead with, and you lead with the Pokemon that you started your 7 series with. So it's kind of a game of RNG at that point. My philosophy in getting back to him was that if I led with Gyarados, it would be okay no matter who I was taking on, whether it be Dragonite, Milotic, or Rhyperior. And I started against his Dragonite, which I thought was a good thing, because I was like, oh, I can Dragon Dance, get an Ice Fang off, and then sweep the rest of the team. Didn't exactly work out that way. What I didn't anticipate was that his Dragonite had Thunder Wave. I guess I should have thought about that. A lot of Dragonairs tend to have Thunder Wave when I think about Claire and some of the other Dragon Tamers. But yeah, so I got paralyzed, and I did manage to take down the Dragonite with an Ice Fang, and then I actually got a hit off on Rhyperior. I don't know if it was from a speed boost or not, but I did get a Waterfall off, and it didn't even kill. A Dragon Danced Waterfall, which was surprising. So that makes me think if I should replace Waterfall with Aqua Tail or not. Aqua Tail has a little bit more damage. So I'll be considering that for the next time around. The other thing is this Gyarados isn't EV trained at all, and I haven't even checked for IVs. So I think I may be in a position where I need to raise another Gyarados, but I will do that when I get another TM for Earthquake. And I need to get my Fanpea squad, the pickup squad, a little bit higher in level in order to do so. When they're around level, I think it's like 90 to 100, you have a very rare chance of picking up the TM26 for Earthquake, and that would be nice. So I'll need to get back there because, I made another dumb move, which was when paralyzed, I let Gyarados take out Rhyperior. What I should have done was let Rhyperior take out Gyarados and then bring in the beautiful elephant herself, Bella Ella, the Donphan, because my Donphan is a monster right now. It was running Earthquake, Rock Polish, Defense Curl rollout. I'm kind of nostalgic for the Defense Curl rollout, but that's risky. It's just because it takes a couple turns to set up. So eventually I want to swap out rollout with Stone Edge, and I did swap Defense Curl with Giga Impact. I don't know. We'll see about that. I have Heart Scales. I can go get Defense Curl again. But what was happening was I was leading Donphan for all of these Battle Tower battles against trainers, and I would just do I would do Rock Polish, Defense Curl, rollout, and then sweep the entire team. So it was actually perfect for the matches against 3. It wouldn't be perfect in the Battle Dome where it's one-on-one matches, because you don't really need to set up in situations where you're only fighting one Pokemon. But when you're fighting a whole team, it makes sense. So, I don't know. I might go back to it, but I might not. I do like the freedom of just being able to pick your move that you want to do. I don't love that Giga Impact has a recovery period, but yeah, Donphan is killing the game right now. It's awesome. And that was kind of my philosophy too, is I could Rock Polish, get an Earthquake off on the Milotic, and do a significant chunk of damage, and then even Charizard could take out Milotic at that point. But Charizard's a weak point right now. I had an Adamant Charizard that I got from Professor Oak, and I decided to raise it. It was female, so that was kind of perfect, so I could do breeding. And it just wasn't pulling the weight. I didn't even have Earthquake for it, which would be perfect for Charizard. Or Rock Slide. Rock Slide would be awesome too. But again, I don't have it, so I was focus sashing the Charizard and just getting any physical attacks off that I could. But the problem is that I also can't get Dragon Dance on that Charizard without breeding. And I didn't do that. So, yeah, this one's a waste. Not a waste is the wrong way to put it. It was a learning experience, but it's not particularly useful in the Battle Frontier right now. Not unless I get Flare Blitz, and even then, Fire-type moves are just not it. They're not it against the majority of Pokemon that you're going to fight. So, is what it is. But I am raising a monster right now, and that monster happens to be the offspring of the almighty Charizard. Right now, his name is Be Modest, and it's a Modest Charmeleon, which will become a Charizard. And technically already is at the time of recording this, but in the time of the gameplay that you're seeing, it is a Modest Charmeleon. For those who don't know, Charizard thrives on special attack. It is the highest base stat for Charizard at a base of 109 and then a 100 speed. This Charizard has max speed IVs, so it's going to be particularly fast. And then the EV split is 252, 252 for special attack and speed. Those are maxed out stats. So this thing is going to hit hard. And I have a really good move pool for it, although it needs a little bit of refinement. It just depends what item I want to run on it. Currently, the move pool is Hidden Power, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, and Air Slash. I did evolve it to Charizard. The Hidden Power is Water type, which it's not at a power level of 70. I've deduced that. I don't even think it's at 60. But that coverage on Rock Ground types with the 4x damage is really useful. There would have been better types for the Hidden Power. I think Grass or Ice would have been a little more beneficial, but Water's not the worst thing I could ask for. Even if I'm coming against a Macargo or a Camerupt, a Hidden Power Water is solid. So I'm keeping it there for now, and the other benefit is that Hidden Power has 100% accuracy. It's not like a guaranteed hit if you get like Bright Powdered or Double Teamed, but compared to, say, Air Slash misses sometimes. Fire Blast misses frequently. And I'm definitely keeping Flamethrower. Flamethrower to me is arguably one of the best moves in the game, up there with Ice Beam and Thunderbolt. Anything with 100% chance of hitting and a 95 to 100 level power is a win in my book. Obviously, Earthquake is one of the best, but Earthquake has type disadvantages against flying and Pokemon with Levitate, so that's a problem. But Flamethrower, Flamethrower 2 is a classic. I do really like Fire Blast, and I'm debating keeping it on, but I like the idea of a Charizard with incredible move coverage. So the alternatives are Dragon Pulse and Solar Beam. I would honestly replace Hidden Power with Solar Beam, but I don't love that Solar Beam takes a turn to charge up. So I would either run the Orb that makes Solar Beam an attack in one move, or I would run Focus Sash and just hope that it hits the second turn and that the Pokemon doesn't have a priority level move like a Quick Attack, Extreme Speed, etc. But it does make me reconsider maybe I should run Arcanine. Anyways, this Charizard is going to be monstrous. It's going to wreak havoc in the Battle Frontier, and I'm so excited to use it. So yeah, stay tuned for news on that. That's going to be amazing from the Char Papa himself, Charizard. And of course, I just want to speak a little bit about like why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, you know, earlier in the year and throughout most of the year, I've had more of a priority about playing more games. Just, you know, the concept was not beating the backlog. It was just coming up with videos to make for the channel. Because I'm pretty good at playing the games I own. I haven't even bought that many this year. And, you know, I've got a decent chunk here. If we scroll up, I've got 6, 10, 16, 24, and then 2 now. So 26 games through the course of May. And I'm really nostalgic about raising teams in Pokemon. I don't know if I would call this relaxing, but I would call it something that's very fun and familiar, and just something to look forward to at the end of the day. Sometimes when I play some of these games, I don't always look forward to them. I mean, I enjoyed some of Sign Mora EX. I was playing it, but it doesn't really stand out to me. I can't think of many levels that I played in the game, aside from like one boss or something. The time mechanic's interesting. Lightning Force I do really like, but my god, is hard. So beating it this week, I don't even know. Like, I could talk about it, and I would be happy to do a video on it, but, you know, I always kind of come home to like my classic retro Pokemon games, and with an open heart and kind of knowledge of what I'm doing, and the team building's incredible. I think the idea of like being able to run just about any Pokemon you want in a competitive sphere is awesome, and I think that later Pokemon games, with the focus being on online versus battles, sort of loses that charm, which is unfortunate for me, for the future ones. But and you know, I thought about that with Legends Arceus, because I enjoyed Legends Arceus. It was a great adventure, but I 100%ed it to what? To 100% it, to say I 100%. There was no team that like stood out to me after the fact. And while some things like EV training and IV breeding, some people, you know, you could see that as lethargic or boring or cumbersome or tiring or whatever, boring, I don't know. It's a fun boredom. I don't know. It feels good. It feels like I'm really building something here. So I've got about 75 hours in. At 100 hours in, I'll do 100 hours into Pokemon Heart Gold video. So that'll be something to look forward to. I do eventually want to invest in a new camera for this little Pokemon project here, because recording the DS screen is terrible off my phone. Terrible is maybe not the right word, but it's not great. You can barely see the font. I guess I could turn the brightness down, but I just don't have money to invest into things for the channel right now. So either down the road, or if that's something people want, we could talk about that. But for now, I'm gonna kind of leave that alone. But I will still be playing Pokemon Heart Gold. It's just so much fun. So other games I would like to do for the week. I did not play any Super Mario 3D World this week. I did play Lightning Force on stream. That was fun, but hard. And I've been waiting to play Super Mario 3D World on stream, just because I had the same issue where it's like I didn't really remember the levels. So, like, in going back and playing it. But I think it was fun to just live stream it, so I'd like to do that this week. So that will definitely remain a stream game. And the question is, do I want to continue on Nintendo Switch or play something else? I keep saying I want to play Yakuza. I don't know. I keep saying that, and then I keep not playing it. So I'm a little nervous about that. I think I want to play off-stream Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, because that'll be one I'll probably sell in order to save some money for stuff this year that I need to save money for. But anyways, that's my adventure. That's Watashi no Boken Des. What's yours? And that's my timer for my laundry, so I'm going to go downstairs. Have a wonderful day, everyone. See you in the next video.